All right. Well, I'm sure everybody is probably aware by now, but if you weren't, former Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee got his ass beat from his son.
Brandon, you beat me. You are my son.
That'd be great if he rewrote the words to it.
He should rewrite the words to it because it takes on a whole new meaning, doesn't it? Now with the ass beat. Can you give me a little of that,
Brandon?
Yeah, give me a little Brandon from Generation Swine.
Well, let me pull it up here real quick. But yeah, that'd be great if he rewrote the lyrics to it, indicating that he got his ass beat from his kid. Brandon, you grew up and were able to beat my ass.
You are my son.
Motley Crue. Let's see here. Motley. There it is. Motley Crue, Brandon from Generation Suck.
We have a little Brandon here.
Here we are. And here is some Brandon. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Last song on the CD.
But the best. They saved the best for...
Absolutely. Here we go.
You broke my skull.
You are the one who beat my ass and kicked me out of the house.
Your mother did an interview with Piers Morgan. Then I had to beat your ass and leave you knocked out. Brandon, I hate you. I can't wake up. What a douchey thing, man, to fucking have to just go on. I have a ton to say about this thing, but how embarrassing to get your ass beat by your son publicly like this.
Yeah.
But the unfortunate thing is he's the one that made it public. This wouldn't have been a story. Do you follow Tommy on any... Oh, you don't do socials?
Nah.
But I follow Tommy on my socials because he actually is a pretty entertaining... he's pretty entertaining on social media sometimes.
Okay.
And he's the reason this is a story. He posted... Yeah, I didn't see it on TMZ and I didn't see it anywhere until he fucking posted it. He posted a picture of his fucked up face on Facebook or Twitter or whichever he uses, Instagram. And he had this thing about, my heart is broken because my son kicked my ass and left me conscious. It's like, dude, handle your personal business personally. Why is that something that needs to be on social media?
Well, because everybody needs that attention.
Well, you should see the diatribe he wrote today. It's fucking 8 miles long about where this is all bullshit and Pamela this and how he doesn't have a drinking problem and the love of his life is the new fiance. I mean, it's like, dude, stop giving your whole entire existence to fucking Instagram. You know, I know you're retired and you're not getting people cheering for you anymore, so you need Instagram love. But for fuck's sake, dude, handle your business. Your family's falling apart. Maybe you don't want to solve it Maybe you don't want to solve the issues on fucking Twitter, you dummy. I mean, god damn.
But that's what we've boiled down to today, that everything has to be solved on social media.
I guess, but man, I this would not. I doubt TMZ would have even known about it. Maybe they would have. I mean, they seem to have spies.
Well, there was a police report. It's kind of, kind of the Heather Locklear. Isn't it kind of strange that he was married to Heather Locklear and she got busted?
Yeah, she got busted too for beating her guy's ass.
Yeah.
How about that guy? Jesus. But at least with a chick, you could say, well, I couldn't really fight back. 21-year-old, your son or not, don't you fight back a little bit?
Yeah, I know, but I think it's kind of strange that in the same week, Heather Locklear gets busted for domestic violence, and there's domestic violence problems within Tommy Lee's house.
Yeah, well, there's Tommy's busted lip.
Look how horrible his lips are.
Look how horrible his everything is.
I know, but look his lips are like totally chapped.
And what was he wearing, lipstick or something?
No, I think that's from smoking.
You think that's smoker's lip?
Yeah, of course.
All right, that's really browning, not redding.
Yeah, it's just dry. It's just dry, chapped lips.
Yeah, it's a good look, Tommy.
His chick's got to kiss that face.
Yeah, but you know what? She thinks for a second about that eight figures that is in the bank, and she's like, fuck it, I'll suck that dick.
But anyway, law enforcement sources tell that the blast immediately after claiming his son had punched him in the face. Tommy told officials that Brandon Lee had access to firearms.
Right.
And that he did not know where they were at this point in time.
Okay.
The meaning behind the revelation suggests that he was worried Brandon may follow up his alleged attack with escalating force.
Come on.
We're told that the cops arrived. They took a battery report. As of now, Brandon is the one under investigation for battery.
But hasn't been arrested?
Apparently not.
Well, that sort of tells you something, doesn't it?
Tommy was transported to the hospital for the punch to the face. He was transported to the hospital?
Was he on a gurney? Did they have to wheel him out, strap him to the board, and take him out? He was so fucked up from getting punched once in the fucking head.
Tommy Lee used to mix it up with all kinds of people.
Yeah, well,
there wasn't a week that went by that there wasn't some story where Tommy Lee got into some altercation with someone. Now he's being wheeled out on a gurney because his kid punched him in the face.
And I saw a picture of the kid. He doesn't look like he's some crazy, MMA fighter. I'm not saying the kid can't fight. I'm just saying he doesn't look like he doesn't look like a knockout specialist.
No, not exactly.
Come on, dude. And I get, you know what? And I get it. More than likely, his kid fucking started pushing him, and your first inclination with your own kid is that you're not going to fucking throw. So he probably got cold cocked with his hands down. That would be my guess, is that he put his hands down and was like, I'm not going to fucking fight you. Not after I wrote this beautiful song about you. So he put his hands down and he got cold cocked is probably what happened. My point though is why is there blow by blow details on fucking Instagram or Twitter or wherever?
Because we need that attention, man.
It's just stupid. Enough with that shit.
Well, anyway, Tommy Lee is going forward with his criminal complaint against his son Brandon because he believes when you coddle a child who commits wrong, you ruin him. He's not a child. He's 21 years old.
21 years old.
He's not a kid. He's not 14-year-old Chris Aiken stealing CDs from the Gold Circle.
That's right.
He's 21. He's an adult.
That's right.
He's not a child.
Right.
What a dummy.
Yep.
Sources close to Tommy tell TMZ Tommy wants the cops to keep investigating the battery complaint.
Yeah, keep investigating.
Yeah, keep investigating. Well, Brandon took his fist and he hit me right here in the mouth, and that's what happened.
Yeah. How much more investigation is there than that? The smelling salts that are on the floor that woke him up, where'd those come from? Who put those there? I mean, what are they investigating? Do they got a chalk circle around where he was laying on the floor passed out? I mean, how much investigation are we talking about? You got punched in the face, dude. It's not like it's not like he got shot. It's not like he got hit with a ball bat. He took a fist to the face.
Right.
What's the most time he's going to do for a fist in the face that clearly was not deadly?
Yeah, he's going to get a misdemeanor.
Yeah, he's going to get a, $700 fine?
Yeah, maybe some community service at the most, if at all.
Yeah, and let's be honest. He's saying about, I'm not going to coddle the kid, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what's going to happen? Your fucking ex-wife is going to pay that goddamn ticket. He's not going to pay it, and she's going to pay it to fucking put her middle finger up in your face. You know? It's a stupid, stupid thing that should not be public.
I agree. If he ends up getting prosecuted, so be it.
Well, Dad of the Year.
Tommy thinks his ex-wife and Brandon's mom, Pamela Anderson, is behind Brandon's fury. When he punched Tommy so hard last Monday, he was knocked out cold for a full 2 minutes. He's especially upset with the comment Pam made to TMZ. He punched him in the nose for all of us who he has hurt. This is for everyone, Dad.
Pow!
Tommy believes Pam egged Brandon on. She's in England, isn't she?
I don't know where she is.
She's like over in England or something. She egged him on.
Yeah.
Hit him! Hit him!
She was on FaceTime telling him what to do. Now kick him in the balls.
She egged Brandon on after Tommy criticized Pam on social media for going on a TV show and recounting the domestic abuse in her marriage. He thinks Pam put Brandon in such a fury, he went into Tommy's bedroom ready to fight. Brandon says he struck in self-defense. Mm-hmm. And our sources say Brandon videotaped Tommy as he lay unconscious and laughed. Tommy believes Brandon sent the video to Pam as proof of his performance. We're told Pam denies that.
He needs to send it to TMZ so that we can all see.
Yeah, he went, ha ha, Mom, look what I did. I knocked his ass out cold.
Yeah. You know what Brandon said to Tommy as he laid there on the floor?
What did he say?
Walk it off, dick.
Exactly. As one Tommy source put it, the most drummer believes you encourage what you tolerate, and he's not going to tolerate what Brandon did, and that's why he wants the criminal case to keep moving along, at least for now.
Yeah, pal.
I'm going to teach you a lesson or three.
Yeah, pal. Stupid Tommy.
I know, it's just dumb.
Thoughts and prayers.
Tommy Lee's son, Brandon, I was defending my mom when Dad attacked me.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee's son, Brandon, is being investigated for criminal battery after his dad filed a police report. But we've learned that Brandon is saying his dad lunged at him after he called Tommy out for attacking his mom, Pam Anderson.
Wow.
He lunged at me. Family sources tell TMZ Brandon has been living part-time with Tommy Lee. Brandon says that because he's trying to help his dad overcome his alcohol issues. The sources say that Brandon and Tommy Lee got into a heated argument on Monday night because of Tommy Lee's post attacking Pam for talking about their relationship with Pierce Morgan. Mm-hmm. Tommy tweeted, I think she'd find something new to discuss instead of rehashing old shit, but I guess she has nothing else going on and needs attention. Yeah. Hello, Kettle.
Yeah, no kidding.
The abuser, who she texts every day and asks, she asks for me back.
Yeah, sure she does.
The sources say Brandon claims Tommy was drunk and lunged at him, and he punched his dad in self-defense. The sources add Brandon doesn't drink at all and wants to get his dad sober.
No. Dude, somebody posted that picture from Barbed Wire.
Yeah.
The opening of Barbed Wire in the chat room. God, did I lose gallons of cum to that. Dude, in that time frame with her, Pam was it for me. Pam was, from the first time she did Playboy until probably right after Barbed Wire. She was like the hottest chick in the world.
She was the hottest, quote unquote, sex bomb at that time.
And I always sell it. The movie that everybody needs to see is Naked Souls. You got to see that movie, Naked Souls, if you want to see Pam. The scene with her just getting the plaster poured on her and the guy just rubbing it into her tits. Holy smokes, that'll make you come without grabbing your dick. That's a hot fucking scene. I love me some Pam back in the day. And I liked her porn. I loved her porn with Tommy.
Yeah.
You know how to ride dick.
Yeah. The thing is, and it's so hard to believe how quickly time has gone by.
Mm-hmm.
That was 20 years ago.
The porn video?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
20 years.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever watch her porn or not?
I have not seen it, no.
The thing that's cool about Pam, at least in that video, is that she seems like the fucking stuff is great. I mean, look, she was Pam Anderson at her prime, just getting fucking railed, which is perfect. I love that part. But the part that's equally fun is that she just seemed like she was a really fun chick. She's just having fun and, you know, on the boat and just fucking joking around that she's going to show, she forgets that she's filming her sucking Tommy's dick and starts talking to the camera about how she's going to show the kids. And then she's like, oh, wait a minute. I guess I can't show the kids this, you know? I mean, she just seems like a fun chick, a fun, stupid chick. And made me like Pam even that much more because she seemed like she was a lot of fun. And now, not so much. Now, I mean, she's probably still a fun chick, but you know what? She's gone from a 10 plus to about a 6 with bourbon needed.
Yeah. Well, she's 50 now.
Well, and the plastic surgery makes her look like every other one of these retards that gets old after plastic surgery.
Right.
She looks bizarre now.
Well, they all look bizarre after plastic surgery.
I know. That's the one thing is, you know, I get it. You're doing it to make the money, but man, you pay for it in the end.
Yeah, but you know, the thing is there are people who have had plastic surgery that have minimal work done. Just minimal stuff.
Right.
And you wouldn't even you wouldn't even know that there was minimal stuff done. But right. The people who just go overboard with it.
Yeah, the people that turn 35 and still are trying to keep their face looking 20. But then when they turn 50, they look like, what's her name? Versace? What's her name?
Yeah.
Donatella Versace?
Yeah.
That looks like a swollen catcher's mitt face. You know, it just looks awful.
You know, enough is enough. Just, you know, grow old gracefully, I guess. I mean, after 3, 4, 5, 6 plastic surgeries, you know, when you turn 50, 60, 70 years old, I mean, look at, you know, somebody like a Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
I mean, she totally did look different than what she did, you know, 50 years prior. I mean, she actually looked, you know, not only but because of the bizarre look of the plastic surgery, but because her skin was so taut, she looked younger in a bizarre way than she did when she was actually 25.
And don't you think that Pamela Anderson, she was so fucking pretty. I mean, just her face was so goddamn beautiful. That don't you think that she would have aged like more like in the Raquel Welch, Barbara Eden kind of way?
You would think so.
Where she never would have gotten ugly. She might have looked older, but she never would have looked ugly. I can't imagine that she would have ever looked ugly. But now she kind of is like, you know, it's like it's a tough see when she's on TV. And half the time she doesn't even, I don't recognize her. Have you seen her lately?
No, I got to be honest with you. I really haven't. I mean, I don't pay much attention to that shit these days, but I'm going to look it up.
Look up Pamela Anderson 2018.
I will look that up.
And she doesn't look like herself anymore. Sort of does, but not. I don't know.
Okay, I'm looking her up here. Let me see here. Images.
Like,
yeah, you're right. She doesn't look like herself anymore.
I don't know who she looks like. Kind of like, I don't know, the movie star from Gilligan's Island or something.
Yeah, a little bit.
Only old. I don't know who she looks like exactly, but first take, you don't recognize her.
Yeah, you're right about that.
She's changed.
Yeah, she doesn't look like herself at all.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a very, very recent photo, and she doesn't have the same look at all.
No. And it's sad.
Her soft, curvy facial features are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't look the same.
No. I mean, like, I'm going to put another picture in the chat room right now. Copy. Look at this picture. Would you pick her out as fucking Pamela Anderson?
Yeah, that's
not that one. Not that one. This one. I would not pick that out as Pamela Anderson.
Not at all.
Doesn't look like her.
Nope.
Doesn't look like the Pam I love.
The Pam you love.
That's the Pam there's the Pam I love, and then there's that.
Yeah.
That's not Naked Souls Pam. That's for damn sure.
Nope.
Certainly not. Still has nice tits. Of course she does, Jackal. She bought them. They're not going to fucking change. Good point, John Bate. Who's looking at her face?
Yeah, none of these photos I'm looking at don't, nothing even looks the same.
She's not beautiful anymore. She was beautiful in the day. In the 90s, she was as beautiful as a woman could be. Now, not so much.
Right. Well, look up Heather Locklear since we're on the subject and talking about people in arrests.
Yeah.
There's another one who, boy, she's a little tough to recognize too.
Yeah, but you know what? The picture that you're looking at is her in with no makeup in a jail. The pictures, like, look at this picture of Heather. I would still recognize when she's done up. She still looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Copy image address. Look at this picture. She looks okay, but she's got to be done up. Of course, it doesn't display. Fucking shit. I'll do the USA Today. Copy image address. East Kerbang. See, I mean, I would recognize her as Heather Locklear.
Well, that photo.
But that's a recent photo.
Is that a recent? I did.
That's a 2018.
Okay.
I mean, there are some fucking weird ones. Like, here, I'll put a weird one in, so that I'm not just trying to make her look good. Here's a weird one, where maybe not as recognizable. Of course, it doesn't load. You fucking jizzball. Hold on. Here we go. Click. Add file. Where's Heather? This is more like what I think you're talking about.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough to look at.
Or this one. Oh, let me save image as Heather.
Yeah, that one that Wiggles put in the chat room.
Yeah.
That's
I wouldn't recognize that. And I wouldn't recognize this one either. This one right here. That one.
Yeah, that's her recent
that's her mugshot.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta say though, the one, even though I don't know that I would recognize her as Heather Locklear, the one with her in the bikini, I would absolutely be eyeballing those tits. I was on the beach.
Right.
I'd be like, I'm gonna go talk to her.
The night 56-year-old actress Heather Locklear was arrested on suspicion of felony domestic battery and 3 counts of battery on a police officer. She told the police officer the boyfriend, Chris Heiser, had choked her and tried to kill her.
Wow.
According to the warrant, an affidavit of the probable cause documents prepared by the senior deputy who used accounts by the on-the-scene sergeant deputies, as well as a body of as well as body cam footage to investigate the incident on February 25th at Locklear's Thousand Oaks, California home that leads to the Melrose Place actress's arrest. In the documents, Hall wrote that Locklear said that the fight first started when Heiser lied to her and she threw a can of Red Bull at him. Locklear told Deputy Ulrich that Heiser had strangled her and that she was afraid he would kill her.
Wow.
Hall said that in the document that Locklear stated she did not lose consciousness but was strangled for a long time. Hall wrote that Locklear told officers that the alleged choking stopped her from breathing.
Cut your fucking losses, dude. Just fucking go. Get killed.
Exactly. Heiser, who previously dated Locklear in high school,
Wow.
and began dating her again last year, told deputies that he didn't touch her.
Man, it's a long fall once you start losing those looks, isn't it?
Yeah.
You go from dating the biggest rock stars in the world back to your high school boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oof, boy.
Deputy Ulrich saw that Heiser was bleeding from the bridge of his nose and he had redness on his chest. Heiser told deputies that Ulrich, that in the bedroom, Locklear attacked Heiser while he was on the bed and he defended himself. He didn't know how many times Locklear struck him. Locklear bit his face.
Damn.
And described Locklear as being all over him for the last 20 to 30 minutes, acting crazy and angry and wild.
Jeez.
During the course of the investigation, Locklear exhibited combative, belligerent, and aggressive behavior toward the deputies.
Right.
He called her behavior agitated and uncooperative, writing that Locklear grabbed the deputy by the bicep and pulled on it while ordering him to get out of her house.
Right.
Hall continued, Locklear walked to her bedroom and began to close the door. Deputy Aldridge put his foot in the doorway to prevent her from closing it all the way to continue the investigation. Heather attempted to push Deputy Aldridge out of the doorway and screamed, "Get the fuck out of my house!" She battered Deputy Aldridge by kicking him in the shin and attempting to get his foot out of the doorway. The force was strong, or the force, rather, it says source, but it means force, was strong enough to force Deputy Aldridge's leg out of the doorway.
Wow.
Sergeant Cameo asked Locklear to exit the bedroom several times before she complied. Hall added to the document she continued to yell and scream at the deputies to leave her house while pacing back and forth in a very aggressive manner. Locklear yelled profanities at the deputies and tried to physically push Sergeant Cameo and the deputy with her hands out of her house.
You stink, and I don't like you.
Exactly. I think that's probably what she said.
That's probably her words.
Exactly. Eventually, Locklear was placed under arrest. The sergeant had to grab Locklear's arms to restrain her. Locklear continued to struggle and resist as the deputy handcuffed her. Locklear was lying on her stomach handcuffed as the deputy rolled Heather on her right side to stand her up. She kicked the deputy in his left foot due to her combative behavior. Deputies placed a hobble around Locklear's ankles to prevent her from kicking the deputies.
All right, get a hold of yourself.
Yeah. Boy, they had her locked down.
They had to put that fucking wood thing in between her ankles.
Yeah, to keep her from kicking and whatever.
Wow. She sounds like a real bundle of fun.
Yeah. You fucking deserve your kids to die. You fucking deserve it, Hall said Locklear told the deputies. And
Wow.
when you find yourself in that position, think of me. Wow.
So fucking what?
Exactly. I hope no one ever fucking burns your entire... Wow. I hope no one fucking burns your entire department down, you fucking police department. Hall claims Locklear told deputies, according to the report, "Get the fuck out of my property. Don't ever come in. All of you are not allowed. I will shoot you if you come on my property, and take that as a threat, and fuck you, and put another count against me."
Holy smokes.
She's a little upset, don't you think?
I think she might have been mad.
It was that threat to shoot officers that triggered the search warrant of her house on Tuesday. Police searched Locklear's home for the firearm that is said to be allegedly registered her name, but they didn't find it. Exactly. Meanwhile, since her arrest, Locklear has sought help for her battle with addiction. Heather is in treatment for addiction, a friend of the actress told People magazine. Everyone hopes she will get well and she gets better. Addiction is obviously a strong disease. I'm tired of that bullshit.
Right.
And has as much as a friend or family love her and want her to get better and be happy. No one can do the work for her, added the friend, hopefully as she is getting the help she needs. Locklear has
psychology on me, a boring jerk off. Help.
Locklear has struggled with substance abuse in the past.
What?
And this isn't her first time in trouble.
You're kidding.
In March 2008, her doctor called 911 reporting she was suicidal. In that June, she sought help from a psychological issue. She left the Arizona facility after 4 weeks. That September, the actress was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence in California and was formally charged in November of 2008 with driving under the influence of drugs.
Wow.
The misdemeanor charge filed by the DA's office specified that the drugs in question were prescription medication. She completed a 30-day inpatient rehab program. However, in January 2009, the case was dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2012, she was hospitalized after a 911 call was placed from her home, reportedly that she had ingested a mixture of drugs and alcohol, and she was discharged, and she went under a doctor's care but did not head to an inpatient rehab source at the time.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah. So she's had her fair share of drugs and alcohol issues.
She's one of those that no matter how hot she is the definition of a crazy bitch.
Yeah, she's crazy, man.
She is a crazy one. Holy smokes. You know she must fuck like no one's business because she is just completely nuts. Don't you think she's just completely...
Well, you know, the thing is that's like living with a ticking time bomb.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know what's going to set her off next.
Mm-hmm. There's like that couple of minutes that it's really, really, really good. I got to imagine the first time you bang her, it's fucking unfucking believable. But then time takes over.
Yeah.
And then the crazy starts showing itself, and you're like, oh my God, no pussy was worth this.
Yeah. The demons start coming out of the closet.
Oh my goodness. I feel bad for her, but wow. She needs to get off the stuff. She's really, really hooked on whatever she's using.
The drugs and alcohol, man.
Mm-hmm.
It'll do it every time.
And unfortunately for her, it's taken away the looks too.
Well, it always does. It always takes a toll on the looks.
Yeah, but I mean, she fell fast, don't you think? Or is it just that she fell out?
You know what? Now, you got to think about it. Heather Locklear has had a career since the early 80s.
Yeah.
So, you know, she's had a good 40-year run.
That's true. But and when she was older, though, I mean, she wasn't old, but when she was older in her career, she was really fucking hot. That the years when she was on, was that Melrose Place or whatever?
Yeah, exactly. I think that was her last real main gig was Melrose Place.
That was probably her late 30s, right? 20 years ago?
Yeah, I would think. She's 56 now, so yeah.
So mid to late 30s?
Pretty much.
I never watched one episode of that show, but I didn't mind the commercials when they would show her fucking walking around the pool with her big, long, fucking perfect legs. I mean, she was rocking at that point. Pretty face, gorgeous body. She was definitely rocking. But just seems like she was fucking nutty. I wonder, yeah, good point, Killface. She was still hot on Spin City. Very true. And Lord knows she was so hot she made Michael fucking J. Fox stand still.
Was Spin City after Melrose Place?
I think so, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that was her and Michael J. Fox.
Well, T.J. Hooker was in the early to mid 80s.
She was like 18 years old.
Yeah, she was a very young person at that time. That was even before she was married to Tommy Lee.
Yeah. I don't remember when she was on 2.5 Men. 2.5 Men, but she was probably she was in her 40s or older at that point, because that show just went off the air like 2 years ago. So she was probably in her 40s when she was on 2.5 Men. Yeah, and she looked good then too. Good looking, but a lot of crazy going on there.
No kidding.
My God, and boy, talk about not giving in when the police come. She really, let's see, look at that picture. Her on Spin City in the late 90s. Holy smokes.
Late 90s, all right. So that was almost 18 years ago, or 18 years ago.
She's nice
56 now, so she must have been like 38 then.
Yeah, look at those tits. Ooh. That's nice. Nice and crazy. Those nipples lure you in. Look at that. Come on. That's about as good as it gets. I love blondes, and I love that. Oh, that's really good there. But as we're learning now, you had to pay a deep price to get that. You know, but given the fact that even crazy guys like Tommy couldn't deal with it.
And
How
then,
crazy must she have been that Tommy and Richie Sambora couldn't deal with it? She had to be a different level of crazy. Right? Don't you think?
that's tough to deal with.
I mean, those are two pretty well-known wild guys. And neither could deal with her? That's a story. I'd like to read her book. If she told a real story, that'd be great.
Exactly. All right, well, let's take a short break.
All right.
I'm going to play some Attic Demons.
All right.
And I think I'm going to play something for Heather Locklear.
Okay, good.
So this is for you, Heather. This is Attic Demons, and this one is called Let's Raise Hell.
Yeah.
It's Attic Demons exclusively here
On your classic metal show.